their hands on. At another position along the street, Hazim is on high alert. There's movement. Be ready. At my signal, he says calmly. Syrian government forces are fanning out across the road. There's movement in your direction, the call on the radio warns. I am ready, Hazim responds. The 30-year-old machine gunner fires off 2 rounds, takes aim again, and his weapon jams. Cursing under his breath, he clears it and aims again. We can't just have a one-sided ceasefire, he says indignantly. They can't expect us to come under fire and not respond. Some of these men are army defectors, but a growing number of civilians are joining the armed struggle. Like 26-year-old Abu Wasfi. He used to attend protests, but that all changed. My brother defected from the army because he refused orders to kill innocent civilians and demonstrators, he says. His brother was killed defending this very neighborhood last year. This is his gun, Abu Wasfi says, gesturing to his AK-47. But it's hardly a match for the heavy weapons that government forces have. Abu Wasfi and many like him say they will fight till the bitter end, even if it means the uprising becomes a civil war.
He was part of Al-Qaeda's inner circle in charge of operations and masterminding attacks, a frontman for the terrorist network frequently posting videos on the internet. Now U.S. officials say Abu Yahya al-Libi was killed in a drone attack in Pakistan. CNN's Barbara Starr reports on what the death of its number 2 means for Al-Qaeda.
Abu Yahya al-Libi was one of the most important Al-Qaeda leaders, often appearing in videos, but not a frontline fighter himself.
This is an individual who can recruit for Al-Qaeda by calling its jihad a holy war, an obligation for its followers to join in. And because he has this religious knowledge, he's been able to justify Al-Qaeda's campaign of global terrorism.
Al-Libi was killed in Pakistan by a CIA drone strike in the remote border region, one of at least 7 strikes in just the last 2 weeks. Overall, the number of drone strikes has dropped, 22 strikes so far this year compared to 32 for the same time period last year. Still, Al-Libi was someone the U.S. wanted to get.
And he's also got this Hollywood story because in 2005, he escaped from Bagram Air Force Base in Afghanistan. He cut through some wire to get out of the compound there.
U.S. officials say his killing is a crucial blow to Al-Qaeda.
Well, I think he was very much an operational leader, general manager of Al-Qaeda with a range of experience that is hard to replicate.
This is a very dangerous individual. And for him to no longer be walking the earth would be a good thing for everybody. I think the leadership development program of Al-Qaeda has some health risks and hazards that we think are good.
Those drone strikes remain as controversial as ever inside Pakistan, but there's no indication the U.S. is going to stop them anytime soon, and no indication how the U.S. knows it got al-Libi. Barbara Starr, CNN, the Pentagon.
That takes us to our second break. The news continues in just a moment.
His Excellency Sheikh Professor Al-Hadi
Reverend Hannah Karen Falheim.
If the votes of the permanent secretaries...
There is direct relationship between the economic growth of a country.
And this 5-hectare maize field that you are seeing here in Ilyasa village.
No matter how, where, when and who is involved, our corps of reporters will always be there to bring you the news as it happens.
Over to sports. The National Scorpions left Banjul today for Dar es Salaam, where they will play their second game of the World Cup qualifiers against Taifa Stars of Tanzania. The mood in the camp is that of optimism. They attended the Scorpions' last day training, and this is a report.
This was their last training sessions on home soil before the team's crucial 2 away games on June 9th and 15th in Dar es Salaam and Algiers respectively. Both players and officials are optimistic of good performances in the 2 games. Centre-back Mamadou Fouti Danso told GRTS in his first television interview that Dar es Salaam and Algiers will be the venue where the team will be collecting points.
Everything you cannot say is like, we gotta play the way we have to play. We gotta win the game. There's no point what we have to do. There's nothing like going to Tanzania, underestimating Tanzania. I mean, we're preparing ourselves the same way we're preparing against Morocco. So I think everybody is well motivated. You can see that practice today, everybody was happy to be back and playing again. So I think we are well motivated.
For Yankuba Sise, who had his recent exile from the national side, ended with a return to the team. The draw against a big footballing nation like Morocco is a big boost for the team ahead of their 2 crucial encounters.
It was a good game. I think if you look at Morocco, you know, they've played World Cup, they've played a lot of different stages where Gambia, you know, did not even manage to reach so far. So it was a good game. Morocco is a big country. It's a big country. Yeah.
And what do we expect from Yankuba Sise when it comes to playing against Tanzania and Algeria in this weekend to come and the following one?
Well, I think all I have to do is to play my part. This is football. It's not a one man show, you know. It's a team game. So I think we all have to contribute, you know, and play our part. And come next Saturday, I think we will get the 3 points in Tanzania.
The performance of the players against the North African side was something that Gambians appreciated, and for the team captain Mustafa Tubabo Jaju, fans should expect an even better display in the coming games.
See, during the training, everybody's happy, laughing like brothers and like family. You know, I can just say that like family because everybody's prepared. Because okay, it's gonna be really tough game. It's not gonna be easy. We know how it is in when we go to our games. You know, it's always difficult. And all these players, okay, we have majority of them professional, and then we have some good local-based players. And I think everybody's really prepared, you know, for this test. You know, because it's gonna be a big test, and then from there we just prepare and fly to Algeria.
The team is also traveling with some home-based players who are drawn from the First Division League. Hamza Bari is hoping to make his debut for the national team in Dar es Salaam.
I'm going to play extremely fine. I'm going to play fine, and I'll be very happy to have my first debut in the national team.
Lamin Sambo represented the coach whose interpreter was absent. He said all is set for the weekend tie.
I'm very much so because we had a draw in the country here, which is a little bit of a moral booster for us. If we had won, we would have been better, but then the draw also has given us a moral boost. So we're going with this strength to Tanzania to take them on. We know they are a good team. We are not underrating them, but we are going to give our best and make sure what we train here is transferred into the ground that day to at least to get 3 points. That's what we are working for.
The Gambia must go all out to win Saturday's encounter in order to hold a steady position in a very tough group. For GRTS Sports, I am Debusu.
From sports, a reminder of our top stories before we go. The Sulu royal family of Southern Philippines has conferred 2 prestigious honors on President Jammeh in recognition of his peace-building efforts. Bankers have beefed up the relief fund set up to aid farmers affected by the crop failure with donation of about $200,000. The Obama administration has said that it is perfectly legal to use unmanned aerial vehicles against terror suspects after the killing of Al-Qaeda's #2 in a drone strike. And the Syrian opposition has accused government forces of pummeling several Damascus suburbs and the city of Homs with artillery fire. Well, you can also follow that story and other GRTS programs live on our website, which is at www.grts.gm. There you can also monitor GRTS Radio Live. Well, that's all in this edition of the news. Thanks for the pleasure of your company, and join us at 10 for another bulletin.
Ada ma dem ci Rose mu yokkal ma.
Ah, wa mu do ñu